record, and now you record. Go ahead and do your video.
Well, let's do a Twitter video, shall we? While we're
live.
Wait.
What are you doing?
There we are. See? Okay, so we're now live at our open bar. I'm Mike Morales. This is Lisa Peach. We are going to post this on Twitter. Just wanted to make sure if you have a Twitter account and you've never seen our show, go to Twitter, go to tequilaaficionado.com. You can subscribe and also look for Open Bar, okay? Because this is kind of fun. We talk about tequila.
Yeah, follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Blab.
Okay, talk to you later. Bye. You'll excuse me while I do this, right?
Here we are.
We're a little just behind, but yeah, I thought I'd throw that out there.
So, yeah, we recorded that whole thing.
Yep, we did.
Yeah.
That's good.
Do you suppose we could get the producer to cut that in editing?
I got to do it now.
I am the producer.
You are the producer.
Yeah, never mind. Hi, welcome to Open Bar.
Hello.
I'm Lisa Peach.
I'm Mike Morales. I'm just playing around with my my Twitter account.
Pay no attention to that.
Yeah, pay no attention
Yeah.
to me at all.
We are here in not so sunny San Antonio, but exceptionally humid. Notice the big hair.
Yeah, look at my big hair. See,
yeah, it's huge.
My big hair.
And here's Humberto calling in. Today we're talking with Humberto Ibarra from Glass Bottom Distributors.
Yes.
And he's got some great lines of tequila and mezcal that hopefully he's going to talk about tonight.
Well, you know, the neat thing about them, about Glass Bottom, is that they also came with us on our Dia de los Muertos Mezcal and Tequila tour. He was one of the first ones to just jump on board, and we said, okay, sure. So we're really glad to have him. You know, we got a lot of questions. A lot of people out there are not aware what a distributor / importer does. And he's Humberto and Glass Bottom are located in Southern California. Okay. And you know, it's a hotbed for tequila. Hi, Humberto, what's up, dude?
How's it going?
¿Qué pasa, hombre?
How are you?
We're doing great, man. Thanks for jumping on with us.
Thank you so much for showing up tonight. We know you had to stay late at work to do this, didn't you?
It's not too bad. What time is it over there? 2 hours difference? 1 hour?
Yeah, it's 7 o'clock right now, a little after 7.
It's kind of like Guadalajara for you guys. It's 2 hours difference between us.
Feels like Guadalajara outside, man. The humidity, you know.
I heard her say about the humidity in Guadalajara. When you go, you're sitting down doing nothing and you're breaking a sweat.
That's okay. We do that anyway. You know? That's why people, you know, from Guadalajara come to San Antonio to live, because it's like they never left home. You know, there's more Hispanics, I think, in the San Antonio, in the city of San Antonio. Well, you know, the Riverwalk. There's mariachis, and
I'm the minority.
No, she's more Mexican than I am. So, how are you, man? Congratulations on everything that you've done so far with Glass Bottom, with Legendario Mezcal Legendario Domingo. I love this one.
We love the packaging, right?
Yeah,
everything. The
packaging, the juice.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea how cool this is to see papel picado? This is, you know, you don't even see it. I lived in Albuquerque for like 17 years, right? You don't even see this in some of the fiestas, but here during fiestas, which is
blocking my camera,
which is an April. Am I blocking you, hon? You know, you don't even see that, but you see it here in San Antonio. I can't wait till you guys are in Texas, because this would fly off the shelf.
That's the plan eventually. I mean, it's the newest addition to our portfolio. We're a smaller distributor. We don't have too many brands, but we were looking for 100% Mexican-owned products. We're looking for pretty much anything that's an agave, not just agave spirits, but when we initially started Glass Bottom, we started with tequila because that's what we had access to at the time. One of my partners, who's actually my cousin, Arturo Lomelí Ibarra. He's a lawyer for the distillery for Fábrica de Tequila Tlaquepaque, which is where Senda Real comes from.
Right.
That's why we started. So Senda Real started our entire project.
I love that tequila too, because it's such a value. I know there's hardly any left. Sorry, man. You went on the trip with us. I got a full Blanco. I love this. It's really simple packaging, but the juice, we found it to be very, very traditional. You know, and your price point on this was amazing. It's like, really?
Now, which one did you mix with apple cider? We had apple cider at the Grand Canyon.
Apple cider and the
reposado.
And the reposado, because it's a very popular cocktail in northern New Mexico during the winter season. And I thought I'd give it a try because I've always wanted to try it. And in the Grand Canyon, for some reason, a couple of years ago, it was very difficult to find fresh apple cider in San Antonio. So I was never able to try that cocktail. I'm not much of a cocktail guy anyway, but mixed with your Senda Real, and when the chill starts to set in, because we were at the Grand Canyon, you know, late fall during our tequila and mezcal tour, it was outstanding. You know, of course, this here warmed the cockles, but you know, I love what you've done. And now you have, your portfolio is real small right now.
Currently, yeah.
Okay. But you had, I think when you and I started communicating, we discovered that you had acquired, I don't know if it was the importation rights or there was something going on with a tequila called Don Fermin. And at the time, it was pretty controversial because it was being featured on a tequila reality show called Tequila Sisters.
Yeah.
Okay. And I just did a little research on them right now. Their Facebook page is still live. We're not sure if the show is still available or not, but pull that out. Everybody kept wondering what the hell the name of this tequila was that the patriarch, the father, was pulling out and drinking. Can you explain a little bit about how you came across this brand and kind of what happened without getting in trouble, of course, and, you know, getting sued and all that? Because I know it's right.
It was imported by Bill Marin through Florida, actually.
Marin is the father. He's the patriarch of the show, right? Okay.
He brought. I think he brought about a container or so, and I guess they had some type of falling out where the distillery wasn't too happy. I'll break it down a little bit about Don Fermin. Their distillery is Lados. Originally, when Lados was created, they weren't in it to create a brand for themselves. They were in it to be what's known as a maquilador, someone that picks up the slack for all the bigger distilleries, creates the juice, sends it over to them, and then they add their little twist to it. So originally, when they were created, that's what they were created for, just to be a maquilador. That's why the distillery was born. But they started producing that recipe in small batches. Their barrel room is very small. It's only about 120 barrels.
I've seen pictures of the barrel room. It's
amazing, right?
It's very pretty.
Yeah, it's really nice. So it's all small batch. People started loving the recipe. Friends and family, Tequila Aficionado started liking it. Just people started getting around it, and they decided, you know what, we want to continue to import it. And Enrique, who I believe you've talked to,
yes,
Enrique Legorrate, he's actually Enrique Jr., the son of one of the owners, has worked with my cousin in the past. As I mentioned, my cousin, my partner that is a lawyer, has worked with the distillery several times, and we were looking for 2 tiers for our portfolio.
Right.
Something
value
more
and a high
cost. Exactly.
Okay.
That's how Don Fermin came along. They were a little iffy at first, but we did acquire the rights for about 6 years exactly. So we have a contract with them for 6 years to import and distribute in California. With Senda Real, it's a little different. We have the rights to import nationwide and distribute in California. But that's how Don Fermin came on our portfolio. Legendario.
So just to reiterate, the Don Fermin The original importer, I guess, had a falling out with the distillery or with the owners of the distillery, and you were there just in time to sweep it up and pick it up. And it's really interesting though, because you would think that the distillery would be a little bit happier with the fact that they were getting product placement, on a TV show, but apparently that wasn't the case.
It had a lot to do with money. I guess they didn't get paid for it. I don't know. I don't want to touch too much on the details because I don't know what I can and I can't.
Right. I don't want to get you in trouble with it.
Qué escándalo.
Qué escándalo, no? The cool part is it's now in safer hands.
Yeah.
And Glass Bottom has it available for Southern California. What locations can people find your portfolio in? Because I'm familiar with some of the stores. I know that you're in some Vallartas, right?
For Senda Real, it's available in 48 Vallartas across Southern California and parts of Northern California. I know. We're really excited about that.
Well, we're part, man. There's a Vallarta down the street from church.
Yeah, so we're all the way up to Bakersfield, San Diego, Escondido, as far as Senda Real goes. All our other brands, though, you could find them through hightimes.net, and you could order, and they send out to, I believe, 39 states.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a handful of states that they can't send to, like Rhode Island,
right?
For instance.
Yeah, and I found it. I was actually in Escondido this weekend for my daughter's dance competition, and I found this cool little gem called Mercado de Mezcal, and all they sell is really awesome.
And
that's all they sell.
So it's really Escondido.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if you know Forrest Coakley.
Yes, I know Forrest Coakley, right?
He mentioned it to me, and since I was literally staying 2 blocks from there, I checked it out, and now they're going to be carrying our products, and they sell online to 19 states.
No kidding!
Congratulations!
Wow, that's so cool. I'll tell you this. Nothing warms the cockles, especially in late fall, when you have some great mezcal. And we were very fortunate because for our trip, now this one showed up like at the 11th hour. I think you wanted to have this for us on our tour, and it literally, folks, showed up like the day before.
It just and it was the only one we had never tasted.
Yeah, we had tasted all the other ones, so we were excited.
Yeah,
and then when we opened it up, we saw the packaging. It was like, oh my gosh, we couldn't wait to try it. This is Go ahead.
The guy behind it, it's a trip. When I first met him, it was through phone call. It was through Instagram. I had never seen the guy's face, and he hit me up through Instagram. And the beauty of social media, though,
but now you're on our show, man.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how.
So we end up calling each other. We talk for like maybe about an hour or so on the phone, and we get towards the end of our conversation, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, but how old are you? And he starts laughing. He's like, I'm 24.
Oh my God.
And I was like, wait, and you own this brand? He's like, yes. It was something. He's huge. He's a huge mezcal guy. He's worked for a bunch of other brands, Mano Negra, Meteoro. I forgot a couple other brands, but he always wanted to create his own brand. And that's what he came up with. I mean, as an importer and as a distributor, we get sent samples all the time. And that, to me, the juice and the packaging, like, perfect.
Yeah.
Big thumbs up.
Big thumbs up. This is, by the way, so in case people have not, seen or read about it, we've mentioned it several times, obviously, through our social media channels. This is a 96 proof mezcal.
Right.
It's a beautiful mezcal.
So this is more of a traditional strength mezcal. It's not your, there's a lot of mezcals out there that are coming in at what we call gateway at 80 proof. And some are done very well. Some are, this is a more traditional strength.
And we taste a couple at 80 proof, and there's nothing wrong with them.
No.
But the problem is when you're a mezcal and you kind of taste like a tequila, how do you How do you like? What is it? Tequila? Is it mezcal?
There are very few gateways that we consider gateways that are being done well. If you're a traditionalist like I am, or like I'm sure Humberto is, you look for that smoke. There are certain characteristics you look for: higher alcohol by volume. You're looking for that smell. The nose. You don't want it to taste like fuel. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And there are certain characteristics that, because we, like you, we get sent a lot of samples, and sometimes at an 80 proof, 40 ABV, some of these are not done. Yeah, it's like, is it a tequila? Is it a mezcal? What is it?
And a lot of people don't realize that whether it's 2-3%, it makes a difference. It makes a huge difference.
Even in tequila, you know that as well as I do. The higher proof tequilas, and even in Alex, my partner at Tequila Aficionado, who we do sipping off the cuff with, and we hope to get Legendario Mezcal.
I have it, but I am going to ship it.
Okay, perfect. Okay. We're gonna have the official sipping off the cuff for 2016 will be in our mezcal category at high proof.
Okay, I have to interject here.
Okay.
You say your partner at Tequila Aficionado is Alex, but the three of us are actually partners. We've got 30%. I have already mentioned that I am nominating this for next year for Brands of Prize. Okay, I get to do that. My 30% says I get to do that.
Yeah,
but these guys have to taste it before it can be official.
Yeah, and so
and
Alex hasn't.
To Alex.
Alex hasn't had it yet. And we can rave all we want, but still, he's obviously one of our judges. We're right in the middle of voting for our 2015 Brands of Promise, which we're going to announce next Monday.
Yeah.
And that's a tough job. I mean, it's been very difficult. So there's just a few at the lower ABV that have really impressed us. And in tequilas, like I say, Alex and I have talked about it. I think the lower, anything below, like what they call Mexican bottling at 38 proof, or higher, really tends to have a better flavor profile, in my opinion, than the 80 proof. It's really tough to do this 80 proof thing, I think, to master it. It's obviously done for tax purposes, in the United States. Legally, anything that's imported, as a spirit has to be at least 80 proof. And every once in a while, somebody brings a 38 proof tequila from Mexico. Obviously, that's not for sale in the U.S. It's just for personal consumption. And I got to tell you, man, at 38, 36 to 38 or higher than 80 proof, I really enjoy a lot of those tequilas. And mezcal, for me, it's got to impress the hell out of us. All of us.
Tequila is dear and near to my heart because it's where I come from. Well, I don't come from tequila, but I come from Jalisco. But it took me a while to get my wife to like tequila. And it always had it just like stabbed. Like, how can you not, But the first time she tried mezcal and she tried that one, sold. She fell in love. Now that's all she talks about. And it's like, wait, it was weird. It was weird to me. Like, how do you go? I think tequila's a lot easier for the people that aren't used to sipping on stuff like tequila or mezcal. I think tequila's a lot easier to sip on than mezcal. But I guess she was digging the smoky, the sweetness. Because even though it has a well-balanced smokiness, it has a really well-balanced sweet, like almost fruity to it, right?
Yes.
Well,
yes.
There are, sometimes you get these really great tequilas that have so many different layers that you can really enjoy that, just tasting it and nosing it. But I find with mezcal, I love it because I'm very much about the senses. And if I, if there's a smoky nose and then there's more below the smoke, that's something I just really love. I really can get into that. And I want something that's really deep. I don't want something that's shallow. I want something that's really deep. And I want to just really love on it. Jeez, this stuff is great.
Humberto, I think what's going on is that there's a female palate revolution that we haven't.
You just never paid attention before.
Right, we've never paid attention because nobody
ever asked us.
Obviously, tequila tends to be a male-dominated business. It's a male-dominated industry. And yet with mezcal, there's a lot of women who are making mezcal to survive. There's a lot of maestra mezcaleras, a few in particular that have been written about. And I think what's going on, I think is they're being recognized as there's a deeper, we as guys tend to say, well, the girls are going to like it sweet and they're going to like it like this. We've never let them tell us how they want it. So now that we're listening, that I love her and her palate because she's into blancos. She's not into the obviously we've had a lot of rested tequilas and mezcals and they serve a purpose. But I'm so impressed with her when she wanted to taste something blanco, something stripped down before it gets dressed up, and when she started, we introduced her to a particular brand of mezcal that came in at 40 ABV. It was a medley and they're very famous right now. They're doing very well, and she loved it. But she said,
"But that was my very first mezcal ever." And
but immediately wanted to jump into something deeper.
I wanted more. I wanted to keep trying more mezcals. It was El Silencio.
El Silencio.
La niña del mezcal.
No, I've been trying to interview her. I know she's busy a lot, and we have not had any of her mezcals sent to us. I really haven't been able to pin her down because she's
I've
all
never
over
had
the
a chance to
country.
really meet her.
Have you?
But my respects for her for what she's doing with her brand because it's a good product. It's a great product.
Oh yeah,
but it goes to show how much time has changed. I mean, it's 2016. There's a woman behind the brand, growing that brand, and I mean that's impressive. That's impressive.
It's exciting to see that. It's really exciting to see women getting more acknowledgement in the industry. We all know they've been in the industry for a long time, but they've often
been below the radar.
Stepped back and had whoever their husband or father or uncle whatever stand in front of the brand instead of them. It's really exciting to see the women stepping forward and saying, yeah, this is my brand. This is something I love and I'm passionate about it. And, and I'm putting my name on it.
It can only get better. I think women need to step up. We've been saying it for a long time at Tequila Aficionado. Mm-hmm. We have a whole series on women in the tequila industry. I've been very fortunate because I've been able to, like you were saying earlier, the power of social media. I haven't had a chance to meet everybody that I interviewed, but email and social media and Skype and these types of platforms allow us to get closer and to really get inside the story behind the label.
It's a great tool for small brands like Legendario Domingo, Senda Real, Don Fermin, because it's maybe not mezcal, but at least tequila. It's a saturated market. And even more in California. Mm-hmm. So nowadays, social media, shows like you guys make it a little easier for us to reach a larger audience. That's why I always say, if you could be selling buttons, you need to have social media. Like it's a must. It's a must.
Well, Tell the people who are following us tonight where they can find you guys on social media. I know each of your brands has its own,
by each brand, but our importer distributor, you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Facebook, it's / Glass Bottom Distributors, and you can find pretty much all our locations, all our point of sales, on premise, off premise, cocktail recipes. Instagram is Instagram / Glass Bottom, just Glass Bottom. And then Twitter is Twitter / Glass Bottom DIST. And then you could also find our brands Tequila Don Fermin, Tequila Senda Real, Mezcal Legendario Domingo US. It's actually Legendario Domingo US.
U.S. Okay. Because it has a Mexican.
Yeah, because it's available. Also. It's been in Mexico for about 5 years now. Julian's been doing a great job with his brand in Mexico, and we were the lucky ones to bring it to California. We do have the rights for the United States, so eventually we'll start looking for other states to distribute Legendario.
Come to Tejas, man. Come to Tejas. You won't be able to keep this stuff on the shelf.
We're knocking on all doors. Whoever gives us a chance. I mean, luckily nowadays there's more accounts that are willing to work with smaller brands and smaller distributors. They don't just expect you to come from one of the big houses. And knocking on doors, and whoever gives us a chance. I mean, in reality, we've only been selling our products, a year and 3 months, and we're in about 210 accounts across Southern California. Yeah.
Wow. No kidding. Wow.
Really impressive.
Great job for you, man. What you're just a hustler, dude. And I know, first of all, we should probably tell everybody that you and your partner, another partner, are in charge of doing your own social media. You guys are doing it yourselves.
Yes, we have one of. It's like a family thing. My cousin's boyfriend, he's a graphic designer. He's based out of Guadalajara, and his ideas and my ideas, and we put everything together, and that's pretty much what it is.
Wow. Well, so you're very accessible. If there are any distributors out there who are watching this either live or on our replay on the
replay, we'll be sure to include all the links.
Yeah.
On the replay.
If you're watching us on YouTube or you're watching us directly on our website, and they need to get a hold of you, they can do it through any of those channels, because you're the guy at the end of that, like us. You're the guy at the end of the phone. You know, we're everywhere as well because of what Lisa has done, and it's us. And what I love is that it gives everybody an even playing field, and it makes us seem larger than we really are. But you know, there's challenges for us in that platform. But
I need an assistant.
Yeah, I do too. I need someone to answer my email, man. But what sort of challenges do you find as a small independent distributor / importer in a very saturated market like Southern California? Are there specific challenges that you're dealing with every day, or something you see all the time that you're trying to master?
When we started, we were looking for distillery-owned brands. Why? Because currently, I think there's a little bit over 2,200 brands registered with El Consejo Regulador de Tequila, and there's less than 100 distilleries up and running. So where are they coming from?
Right.
So it's a bunch of brands created by, let's say, Humberto wants his own tequila. I create my brand, but it's not a distillery-owned product. So we were looking for distillery-owned products for many reasons. We didn't want to be another brand that comes into the market and disappears. And that's what happens with a lot of these big chain accounts like Vallarta Markets, Total Wine, Bevmo. They don't want to give you an opportunity to get in because you're just another small brand that a month later might disappear, and they're stuck with all that product. So that's why when we started, we wanted to look for distillery-owned products that had a marketing budget and that were looking that were looking to get into the market to stay for a long time, forever.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is Glass Bottom and its brands are in it for the long haul. Okay, because you're right. There is it's a double-edged sword when you're dealing with small batch, micro distilled family brands, because they could be here today, gone tomorrow, or and if you're looking at it from, like you said, from the big box stores, if they're coming from a maquiladora, they could probably disappear, and then you're right, they're stuck with all this. So basically you were looking for a 50-50 partnership where the brand and the importer distributor had skin in the game.
And they're in it for the long haul.
And right. And so you're planning on, you must have a 5-10 year plan on staying in the market with some really great brands that you guys can grow.
It's funny you say that. We had 2 weeks ago, my partners were here from Mexico, and we had a 8-hour-long meeting with our accountant regarding our 5 to 10 year plan. So, but that's the idea. That's yeah.
5 to 10 year plan. Yeah, this is a dark horse, ladies and gentlemen. If you find this tequila, don't be, and we said this on our sipping off the cuffs. Don't be put off, and we say it every time. Don't be put off by the look of the bottle. The bottle is simple for a reason, okay? And we never judge. I know that this is a world where everything is superficial, and a lot of us, you guys are competing with shelf space. We get it. For the novice consumer, if you stand in front of the tequila aisle, close your eyes, and then when you open them, where do your eyes go gravitate first? Usually it's the prettiest bottle. And we get that. They get that. But the thing is, don't ever judge a book by its cover, because you will lose out on some of the finest stuff that's out there. And this is one of them. Senda Real is one of them. Legendario Domingo is another one. And I applaud you for not taking the road less traveled, like our friend Roger Klein likes to say. You start off with something because you're driven to it, and you stick to your guns. There's a lot to be said about that. So you're looking, the stores that you're looking for, you're looking for partnerships. You're looking to not just someplace that you can penetrate as an account. You're looking for partnerships. You're really looking for people you can partner with, correct?
Good placement. Obviously, the more accounts you have, you're in front of more faces. But we're looking for a lot of those boutique shops that will give smaller brands the opportunity. It all depends on the brand. If being in an account like Vallarta Supermarket, it's not easy because they don't want to buy a small brand that nobody knows without you pushing your product. So it is a big investment from the brand's point of view, but I'm knocking everywhere, on premise, off premise.
Dude, I just love, for those of us who I spent, I'm from Southern California originally. Before I moved to Texas, I spent a year back in Southern California, and I've been away from that market for so long because I spent 18 years in New Mexico prior to that. So I was more familiar with what was going on in New Mexico and had lost track of what was happening in Southern Cal. And it was such an eye-opener for me to spend time at Mexican food stores. There were supermarket chains run by families, and to look at the quality of some of the tequila that was there and the pricing. And it's like, I thought to myself, oh my God, New Mexico was a whole different market. And when I got to back to Southern Cal and saw the quality of the tequila that was being priced and pushed at these supermarkets, I said, oh my God, there's no place. There are hidden gems everywhere, and so Vallarta being one of the bigger ones, I was so happy to hear that you were in there. And I think there's another one, and forgive me, I can't remember the name of it, but there's one of those in the West Covina Fashion Plaza. We used to call it Fashion Plaza when we were growing up.
Yeah.
Amapola, right. There's another really neat, it's in a mall, and it's like
that store.
That store was so much fun to go into because, they have a security guard that was standing out between the front door and the
They
tequila
thought he was chasing the tequilas.
Yeah.
I was following the smell of the tortillas
they do all the masa there.
Yeah. My mom was with us, and first place I go to is right for the tequila aisle, right, the booze aisle, and she's following my mother over at the tortilla aisle, and so the guard and I started talking, and we got into the conversation, and I was just
he thought you were gonna rob me.
I was being profiled, man. But, he turned out to be a really cool guy, once I gave him my card and we started talking and it was giving him the.
Well, and you were talking about a tequila for his girlfriend.
Right? Yeah. So I'm so impressed by the footwork that you've been doing because you're into these really strategic places that people maybe are not aware of. There's so many hidden gems there that there's room. I believe that there's room for everybody. But, God bless you, man. I don't know how you're doing it, but congratulations on because SoCal is a tough market.
It is. It's a huge market. It's a saturated market, but as they say in Spanish, el que quiere puede. So, you know what? Honest. So you just have to believe in your brands. And I don't carry anything I don't believe in. We look for quality. We look for great pricing. We look for stories. Something that could, compete with the big dogs. And I think with all our products, we have that. And anything else we might bring along the road is we're very specific on what we bring. That's why our portfolio is not that big yet. Because like I mentioned to you, we get this back section just got cleared out. You could see it.
Oh.
So I had a bunch of samples, like people trying to send me products but I can't take everything, I have to be very specific in what I pick. We look for great pricing. We look for quality. We look for, is it distillery owned? Is there a marketing budget? Because at the end of the day, you don't want to be a brand. I don't want to be a distributor that sells a brand and then it gets stuck there because then it closes my doors for all my other products. So.
Right. Yeah. You still need to be able to penetrate those accounts.
So that's
and you want to be a reliable source for agave spirits or for anything else that you happen to want to bring in. Mm-hmm. So I get that it's important for you to really get behind your brands because ultimately, these are the ones that are gonna put shoes on your baby's feet.
Well, and that's everybody does that though. I mean, even we do that when we went on tour. We were very selective about who we invited to go on tour.
Thank you for coming with us. I was so happy.
We were really excited to get your brands on the tour with us.
Yeah, it was so much fun, to photograph it and to do the out of the box stuff that we've been, because we sit in front of a computer for 5 to 8 hours a day,
But like what he was saying, they had to be brands that we could get behind.
Passionate about it,
because we're right,
exactly.
Right. We're not going to pimp something that we think is awful.
This one was a risk for us, but having already. But what sold it for me is already having had Senda Real and knowing what I knew about Don Fermin and how forthcoming the information there was. I said, let's just do it. If it comes in on time, we'll take it with us, and we're not sorry.
Yeah, it was definitely a gamble that paid off because it's a beautiful mezcal.
Yeah, folks, if you can find it out there, or if not, get a hold of Humberto at Glass Bottom Distributors on all of his social channels or even Facebook, and he'll be able to tell you, or on the website, be able to tell you where you can get it, how you can get it. Really, it's a must-try mezcal, must-try tequila as well. I understand you you got this into New York, or sent samples out to a couple of guys in New York, and they fell all over themselves with this. So again, man, congratulations, because I know it's not easy, and I know you're in a
tough business.
It's a tough market, dude. What made you? Why, dude? Why didn't you just? Why didn't you just,
Why didn't you get an easy job?
Yeah, why didn't you do something else?
I did the corporate life for a long time, since I was 17. Even after graduating from Cal State Long Beach, I worked for T-Mobile for almost 10 years.
Wow. I worked for Sprint.
What was that?
I used to work. Oh, really? Yeah, New Mexico. I worked for Sprint. I used to sell business to business long distance.
I was a store manager for them for a long time. I mean, I loved it. I learned a lot. They paid for my school too, so I mean, I can't complain.
Oh, there you go.
But this project, it's been in the talks since 2007. My cousin and me always kind of joked about it, since he's represented Senda Real and their distillery for almost 17 years. And we always joked about it. Hey, we should import and start selling the brand. It's good. But never really came to anything until 2012. And in 2013 was when we started putting in all our paperwork for our licenses. And it was a big risk and a big gamble. But after a lot of hard work, I mean, it's so far so good. And excited.
I'm impressed with the distance you've acquired between you and competitors in the short amount of time. That your learning curve is really much shorter.
Some hustle. You have got some hustle.
I'll tell you what, because the year that I spent in Southern California, I had a chance to interview and spend some time with Alvaro Molina. And I know all you guys probably know each other. Alvaro is the importer and distributor for Dos Artes. And the stories that he told me when he started 17, 18 years ago, and I asked him why, and he said to me, knowing then what I know now, if I knew that, I would never have gotten into the business, because it was such a huge learning curve for him. And I congratulate you, man, because I know, listening to his stories of how he started and listening to yours, that learning curve, somehow you've shortened it, and it must have been you must have done a lot of due diligence, a lot of research. It wasn't like you were flying by the seat of your pants.
I'm a true believer that you'll learn from everybody. I mean, even somebody that's not in the industry. And I know Alvaro Molina. I've met him a couple times through other people, and I've heard his stories. And you learn from other people's stories, and you take what works for you, and you mold it to what works for you. But yeah, talk about walking a long distance. It's him. I mean, his brand's at a whole nother level now, and it's a great quality product. Great quality product.
Yes. We really, I think we named it Brand of Promise, I think in our first year. This will be, by the way, our third year to do our Brands of Promise awards. And I'm so glad that we now have a live format that we can have some of the winners come on. So I'm looking forward very much to speaking with you on our red carpet.
We want to see that next year.
We want to see it on the Brand of Promise, because we've been raving about this. I've been raving about it to Alex. So when you can get the samples out to him, and then as soon as our sipping off the cuff is done, like I say, you've already got one vote in your corner, man. So
all we need is the sipping off the cuff show to make it official, but it's a nominee as far as I'm concerned. It's going through. She might even fast track. She's also our production person as well. So she's gonna.
It's a brand that I not because I represent it, but it's a brand that has best of both worlds. I mean, beautiful packaging and great juice.
And it's a simple bottle, ladies and gentlemen. It's really. I think Lisa and I want to nominate it also for packaging in the mezcal category, because this is really a tribute to what you can do with a simple bottle, ladies and gentlemen. This is you know when you look at
mezcal. This is mezcal.
Yeah,
to me, this is mezcal. A simple bottle with a beautiful juice. A simple bottle that when you open it, it tells you a story. And that to me is mezcal. I mean, tequilas get all fancy and they're the big divas and they've got to get fancy with their bottles. But you know what? Give me a beautiful mezcal in a simple bottle any day.
Now you know why I love.
Did you talk to my wife before going on the show?
You can't say that on camera.
Yeah,
you sound like my wife right now.
What's that?
When she was describing mezcal to her friends, they're like, "Wait, but you didn't like tequila?" And she's like, "I like it now, but mezcal it tells you a story, and it's just fun."
Yes.
You know, we need to get the girls together and
it's the heart. It's got heart. Mezcal has heart.
Tiene corazón.
That's why whenever you guys are in Southern California, you have my number.
Yeah,
we'll be there.
We will definitely. I know that we're prepping for our mezcal tour, tequila mezcal tour for 2016.
We'll be going north.
Yeah, we've got a path set out, and as soon as we're done with our Brands of Promise, we'll be bringing it open to anyone who wants to come with us. We're going to go to America's Heartland. We're hoping to, and if we get enough sponsors, obviously that'll help because it's all sponsored by you guys out there and guys like Humberto who saw the beauty of the challenge, you know, and again, that's the entrepreneurial spirit that mezcal has in common with both Tequila Aficionado and Glass Bottom, and a lot of other guys out there, a lot of other people, a lot of other women as well. So, you know, we'll be going more in depth on that in future open bars. Right now, we just want to concentrate on how beautiful this is and the mezcal. By the way, show Humberto. We found this at the Grand Canyon. Check that out. It's ceramic.
Handmade.
I'm
assuming handmade.
One of our clay. These are ceramic. So these are ceramic copitas we found at the Grand Canyon. All right. Aren't these cool?
It reminds
me of mezcal.
It's in Mexico. Usually they pour the water in jarritos de barro.
Yeah. Well, we have those as well. You know, every mezcal that comes on board has sent us something, even if it's just a jicaras. You know, the jicara shells.
Julian brought me a bag full of them.
We have.
But those were different.
Cool.
His were, there's art on it, handcrafted art on it, sketched out with like a knife. They're really.
Oh no!
They're
send it.
I thought I had them. They're somewhere in the warehouse, but I'll look for them.
Yeah, we love, you know, because mezcal doesn't have its own official vessel. This is literally a tequila glass, and anybody who follows Tequila Aficionado knows that we've discussed glassware at length.
But this is much better for mezcal.
Yeah, for mezcal, you know, it doesn't. If it's a well-made mezcal, it doesn't matter what. You could pour it out of a shoe, you know, and it's gonna just enhance the shoe. So, it's just I can't say enough about the hustle and the way you now tell the viewers, anybody watching, what other restaurants, what other premises on premise they can find you at if they want to try. You know, everybody. If they want to do a flight, or they want to try it, where would you send them? Or where are they?
Ixta Cocina Mexicana in downtown LA on 6th and Central. That's an awesome place. Then you can try. I mean, that's actually the same owner, Jesse Gomez. He has a couple restaurants. We're in Ixta Cocina Mexicana, Mercado Santa Monica, Mercado Hollywood, Mercado LA. We're also in Mar Adentro Studio City, Mar Adentro Brentwood. If you want to go towards Orange County, we have El Matador in Costa Mesa. We also have,
Oh, no way!
Yeah.
Jeez, I've been there
There's
too.
also
I
a
love
guy,
those places.
Jorge Cueva,
We need to.
just opened not so long ago. Temple Urban Kitchen out in Brea, across the street from the Brea Mall. Awesome food.
Oh,
Awesome
the Brea
cocktail.
Mall's nice.
And then
That's
there's
nice area.
a hidden gem in Downey called Lock and Key Social Drinkery. Yeah, they actually did a margarita for the OC Weekly and the LA Weekly, a competition of a couple bartenders across California. And they did one called the Pero Pistol with Senda Real, and they won first place. Yeah.
Oh, dude, now you have the copies of those recipes on like
I
POS
can get them.
and
I
stuff
don't
like
usually
that?
ask the bartenders, but I can get them. The owner, Mark, cool guy, the owner of Lock and Key. It's a hibiscus infused cocktail, but Senda Real Silver really lends itself to a delicious cocktail, and it won first place.
That's what I'm having right
Send
now,
us-
man.
Send us the recipe.
Yeah.
Or if you have a link to the article or something, send it to us and we'll
Anything
share
that we can pin, like on
Yeah.
Pinterest or whatever you. I know that we.
Whatever you've got. Just
Yeah,
send
whatever
it.
you got. If it's a PDF, no problem. Just go ahead and send it to us because we're seen in 138 countries now. We're getting to the point where we average about 10,000 hits a month, and you really never know
Watching, right?
who's going to see the recipe.
Right.
Yeah, dude, since Lisa's been on board, there's lots of other things that we've been able to do and accomplish, and one of those is recipes, and not just drink recipes and cocktails, but also food recipes.
I love to cook with tequila and mezcal.
Oh my gosh, and you'd be surprised, some of the names that have sent us stuff that we wind up using for our barbecue because it's Texas. I love to barbecue. She prep
the head
I
bartender, the corporate bartender for Jesse's restaurant, Cesar Arena. He made
I know
awesome.
him.
He made he made an ice cream with Legendario Domingo. Amazing. Yeah.
Oh,
That was amazing.
I had
need that in my life.
well, the interview that I did for Inspirato magazine. This was the year that I spent in Southern California. I actually did an interview with at that restaurant at Mercado in Santa Monica,
Right.
and I was able to interview both Marco and oh gosh, he's now anyway. Marco has moved on, and the other gentleman was the mixologist for them at the time, and now he's the brand ambassador for Ilegal Mezcal.
Yeah. Gilbert.
And I
Yeah.
Gilbert, yeah, geez, I'm not quick on the draw here because I didn't know we were going to go that direction, but I had a chance to meet with their head chef, the one you were talking about. What a gentleman! What a mind that he has. He's the one that supervises all the menus for each of the different locations. So the fact that he did that with one of these,
That's
holy
exciting.
cow! Because he's a wonderful. This guy is so below the radar, but he's such a stickler. He's like Wolfgang Puck, man.
Right.
He used to work at Four Seasons. That's where Marco met him. Marco
I'm
Marco Ramos.
gonna have to invite you guys to Jesse's new restaurant so you can try it. It's called Mar Adentro in Brentwood.
I saw the grand opening. He just opened it not too long ago.
Some of those dishes are amazing.
Well, just spending time at the one in Santa Monica, because each one is a different theme, and the kind of the business that they did at that place that night. Holy cats! I mean, I'd love to actually get Jesse, to interview him because I know that he's such a mind, an entrepreneur to open up and to go from one location to another with his it's very food forward, and yet they're great mezcal and tequila bars as well. So more power to him. Congratulations on those are wonderful locations. What other ones? What other ones are you in?
Just within the next week we'll be at a
spot.
Well, because we have people that can't go out to the beach. Where
closest one or in Matadores, a couple blocks from the beach. I'm working on Javier's too out in Newport, off of PCH. Working on that one, so hopefully soon you'll be able to find us there. The list is long, but I could share it. I could send you a link. But
hey,
send us a link.
Yeah, send us a link. We'll put it on. This platform is very. It's your show, man. We're just here to facilitate because it's your show. We're talking about your stuff. What are in the plans for in the future? Are you looking for more tequilas? Are you looking for more mezcals? Are you looking for other? Agave spirits or Mexican distillates that we should be aware of?
As I mentioned, we started with agave spirits because tequila is what we had access to first. But as we started the business, more doors have opened up for us, and we're playing with other products to hopefully bring in the near future. Legendario Domingo has several varieties. They have an ensamble from Michoacán. Yeah. They have an ensamble from Michoacán. They have another one from Zacatecas. So he has several varieties that I actually just submitted.
By the way, is it from the same master
This one's
distiller?
from Oaxaca.
Is it the same guy?
San Luis del Rio, Oaxaca. The ensamble is from Michoacán. Then he has another one from Zacatecas. So it's different varieties. It's all papel picado, same bottle, but different design. I think the one from Michoacán has a pink label with papel picado and a guitar on it. But right now I'm just waiting for the label to get approved.
So they're different maestro mezcaleros also.
Different varieties from different parts of Mexico.
Okay.
And then
right.
I want it. I want.
Right. Are they all at the same ABV?
Yeah, they're all about the same. And then they just send us a sample of raicilla, stuff like that. So we're playing with different ideas on what we could bring. But
by the way, the reason I ask is because this coming year in 2016, Tequila Aficionado will find, not only are we going to have mezcals in our category.
Our first raicilla.
We got our first raicilla. I've been begging for Sotol for 3 years since I've been here, even before then. And we are now we're
getting Sotol.
We have one Sotol. We're getting another one here shortly for the 2016 Brands of Promise. So anything that that's coming to you in the future, by all means, get it to us because our categories are open. We're looking to give. That's why we call it Brands of Promise. There's tequila. I'm worried about tequila. I'm also worried about mezcal, and I discussed that kind of stuff on Tequila Aficionado, so I'm not going to go into it here. But anything that opens up other Mexican distillates, we're in favor for.
Yeah.
And good, bad, or indifferent, that's what we're here for.
But that's what our whole platform is built for, is to bring attention to these brands that do have promise, these brands that like Legendario Domingo, okay, brands that have a great story and have great branding and have a wonderful juice, but they may not get the kind of traction that the big boys get. And that's what we're all about, is creating a platform that says, hey, wait a minute, stop and taste this one because it's got promise.
When Alex Perez started Tequila Aficionado, and when I came on board as a regular and now as a part owner, that was always the bottom line for us, was the big boys don't need us. It's always, we're always looking for quality. We're always looking for another point of view. There's a lot of different techniques out there. In fact, Don Fermin is a different style of tequila. Mm-hmm. You know, our job sometimes is not to criticize.
It's to introduce.
It's to introduce.
Because I think you guys do a really good job on that. Educating people on different agave spirits, not just tequila. But I think it's a great platform for small brands like Legendario, Don Fermin. Because I keep saying small, because even though Don Fermin comes from a monster of a distillery, it's a huge distillery. It's still a small brand. And it's those brands might not, or any other smaller brand might not have deep pockets like the big brands have. And you guys do a little bit of everything. You educate people on the products. You educate people on the art, because at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's an art. It's an art, and I always talk about it with my wife, and that's why she fell in love with tequila and mezcal. Mezcal, I get her, and it's very artisanal. It's very, very traditional, and to her, I think that's what drew her to it, and she became so passionate about it, because it's not just a spirit. It's an art. It's a way. The whole process is an art form.
It's a way of life. You know, it's a way of life that supports people. That's why I think for those of you who are really following what's going on in mezcal right now, NOM 199, where they want to change the name of mezcal and any Mexican distillate to the word comil, which is supposedly Nahuatl. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, because I don't speak Nahuatl. But that whole thing, we need to sign. Go to Tequila Interchange Project, sign the NOM, read it, and sign it against calling it something else, because this isn't just juice. It doesn't come from factories. This is a way of life for a lot of people. And
it's an art.
It's like you said, it's an art. If it's done correctly, it's an art. And you know, I think we're a little unbalanced where tequila is concerned, because there are a lot of maquiladoras who are just in it for the money. A lot of celebrity brand owners who are in it to try to make a buck,
just churning it
out. Or, you know, there's the current gold rush right now is China, the Asian market, and I get that pays the bills, but by the same token, this is a way of life for people. This is about supporting families, communities, and if it's done properly, and if it's brought to the United States, you know, with the right intention, then it's going to succeed. And Tequila Aficionado's never been a pay for play, not once, and we're still not. So, you know, and I think we owe it to our consumers and our readers to give them the truth, and to let, you know, you guys, yourself, or Enrique Legorreta, you know, from Leidos, to explain his side of the story, because our job is just to present it.
I love that he was so
open. And
I do too.
I've taken a lot of fire from people in the industry, not in the industry, but bloggers more than anything.
Community.
Even I question you who that is, you know, and it's like, to me, it's talking without knowing. And Leidos is very open on their process and how they produce and how green their distillery is. I mean, it's healthier for the environment, their way of production. But you like they say, you can't knock it till you try it. If you don't know it, don't talk about it. You're misinformed.
Well, you know, and we can go into it, you know, some other time about the industrialized versus traditional, and we're not here to do that.
There's a place for all of it.
Yeah,
there's a place. You know, there is room for all of it.
Yeah, and I was so proud of that piece that we did on the diffuser for Tequila Aficionado. If you haven't read it, go and read it, because Enrique he was so forthcoming with information. He was wonderful.
Just wonderful.
I have it on good authority, good information also, that that he is part of Ana Maria Romero Mena's tour of distilleries, so that part of the educational process of what it's like to taste a traditional tequila versus a tequila made with a diffuser, so that you as a consumer gets the whole picture.
Exactly.
And then make up your own
There's
minds.
There's a market for everything.
You have
Exactly.
Yeah, you have your own mind. Our job isn't to dissuade you one way or the other. Our job is to present the facts. Just present the facts, and you guys make your own mind. That's it.
Yeah.
Period. And I have my own preferences. I never tell people what they are, except for the fact that I am I consider myself a purist. But that doesn't mean that
you're not a snob about it.
No.
You're not one of these rabid, because there are a lot of rabid people out there.
There are a lot of oak heads, and a lot of, and you know who you are, that only like aged spirits. And I get that. I'm in Texas. We live in Texas now. It's bourbon and whiskey. That's what it is. That we're in their territory, and a lot of the brands that are based here are trying to they're trying to attract that market, because it's a hidden market. They're missing the boat on that, and I get that. I understand that, but it doesn't. But I don't have to. You know what I mean? I have my own preferences, but my job is to present the facts and let you all decide.
It's a buffet. I look at it as a buffet. It's a buffet, and it's our job to lay it out there for you, and to show you what's available, and to talk about it, and tell you what we think about it, and and then people can make up their own minds. But I think it's really exciting to be able to open this discourse, to open this conversation, and make it so very public, like especially through the Blab platform, to make it so public. Because like Saul was talking about how his wife tastes all of the tequilas that he deals with. And you're talking about your wife. And, it's wonderful to open up that conversation and say, you know what, women are into this too. And everybody's got an opinion. And there are some things that I may like that you may not. Or he likes a really minerally tequila. Me, not so much. Give me a green tequila and I'm thrilled.
She's kind of a Highlands gal. But I really enjoy tequilas from the valley, from Matitan or from Tequila, something really minerally, something that but that's where my palate leads to. But that doesn't mean that I don't love Highlands tequilas, because we had some wonderful Highlands tequilas.
And we still get along.
Yeah, we still love each other.
And that's why it's important to show everybody that there's something for everybody here.
With mezcal too, Humberto, I think you'd agree with me. Depending on the region and the maestro mezcalero and where it comes from, it could be espadín up the wazoo. But every espadín, especially with mezcal, doesn't grow the same way.
Everyone is a new story.
Yeah, even if you have an espadín from another region, from another microclimate, it's something's going to happen where it's not going to taste the same. And that's the beauty of these.
That's the adventure of it.
See, the beauty of these, distillates is that even the same plant doesn't taste the same in the same state.
That's what I like about the mezcales, the ensambles, because it's two varieties, and it gives it a completely different profile to what people that are getting into mezcal always expect an espadín, but then you give them a chance to try other varieties, and it's.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah, I covered for the San Antonio Cocktail Conference that happened here in January. I covered an event for Oaxaca mezcal, and we have had Oaxaca on our sipping off the cuffs. But there, to be able to see and taste it while we were there, and then the additional varietals, and how that everybody, you can't not be a fan of mezcal. Once you try it, any brand, you're a fan of all of them.
Yeah.
Because even if you're talking about an ensemble or assembly, like you were saying, everybody's is going to be different.
Yeah.
And the espadín from Oaxaca is different from the espadín that I'm tasting here. That was different from the other espadín that we've had before. Yeah. And they're all different maestro mezcaleros. So really, folks, open yourselves up to the possibilities of more of not only having a favorite, but having more than one favorite. Because
it's kind of
really
like what
does the mezcal.
Kind of like what Lisa said. Once she tried one, you just give me another one. Give me another. Like you just want to start trying and exploring other ones because there's so many amazing brands out there. I mean, the list goes on. I could blab about it all for hours, but there's so many amazing brands out there, and they're all unique in their own way.
He's starting to break up.
Yeah, we're starting to break up a little bit. Let's do this. We've been here for an hour and 10 minutes, and
thank you so much, Humberto.
Thank you, Humberto, for talking with us, taking the time. I know you're just killing time to make sure traffic gets a little easier.
It's not too far from my house. So.
Oh, good for you. Mine isn't either. but I. Keep us posted on what happens with Senda Real, with Legendario Domingo, with Don Fermin. Keep us in mind for anything new that goes on.
Yeah.
We're
love
here
hearing about it.
Yeah, we're here for you guys and for all the other mezcal and brand owners out there and importers who are maybe watching our show on the rerun, on the repeat. Don't be afraid to send stuff to us because that's what we're all about. It's all about educating the public. It's all about educating you guys and letting you tell your stories. Because
thank you for what you guys do. I mean, you guys are an awesome platform to reach a larger audience, and you guys do amazing work. I know that's why Enrique is always very open with you guys, and anything usually you guys ask for, like I'm all in because it's a great way to market our brand, and you guys do it justice. And I mean, you guys are here to educate people, and why not educate them on the brands we carry? So thank you for what you do, though.
Thank you. That means a lot to us.
Hey, yeah, and feel free, by the way, to make sure that all your accounts know where they can find you on Tequila Aficionado, on our wiki, on our you were part of our mezcal and tequila tour, so you're a very big part of our magazine as well. Yeah. You can find all that. If you need to have any of that stuff available to you, or you need a PDF or just a pull-out sheet that you can do stuff with, let Lisa know. She'll get it to you.
Let us know if there's anything we can do to help you, because we love your brands. And
everybody else should love your brands too, man. Because you're there. You're in the trenches. It's all about getting your hands dirty, and we appreciate that. We appreciate the work that you're doing with these brands of promise and brands of promise nominees. And if you need, by the way, I'll have to check and see, did they win any medals on Senda Real? I think you were nominated. I'm not sure.
We were nominated.
Nominated for Brand of Promise by you guys. Got a couple medals in San Francisco Spirits competition, LA Craft Spirits competition.
Deal.
But
for
anybody listening, I mean, if they're interested in knowing exactly where we're at, like I mentioned, we're in about 210 accounts across Southern California. But if they visit glassbottomdistributors.com, there's glassbottomdistributors.com. There's a link for all our social media, and all our social media outlets you can find where our products are available.
Oh, good.
Excellent.
We'll link to all of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Great job. Thank you, sir, for coming on with us tonight at
the
open bar. We kind of stayed open. Hey, congratulations again.
I'm
Give
not
a hug
drinking
to your wife.
But I'll say cheers with this.
There you go. All right. Batangas for later. thanks again for being on with
My
us.
Thank you so
pleasure.
much, Humberto.
Hey, take care, man. We will talk
Sure.
with you
Thank
real
you guys.
soon, okay?
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care, man.